What is up, everybody? It's your boy Eric, aka Wasted Beer Money. Today I am here with my daughter, Lorelai. You guys met her in an earlier video. Long story short, my wife had an idea the other week. Pick out a bunch of budget brand knives on Amazon that I've never owned or seen before in person. So what I did, I went through, I picked, I think 5 or 6 different brands with multiple different color options, and just sent them to my wife and said, have my daughter Lorelai pick them out. Figured it'd be a fun thing. And now that so much time has passed, I don't remember a whole lot about what I picked. A few brands that I remember, but yeah, so ready for me to open it up? All right. For today's unboxing, I'm going to use the Finch Drifter. Beautiful knife. We have the package here. Let's cut her open. Let's see what my daughter picked out for me. Better not be like a pink knife or...
Don't worry, it's not.
It's not? All right.
Don't worry.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, we have a nice brown box. We have, ooh, okay. The Sitivien ST-128, made in China. I remember that brand because that's one of the brands I've never owned or checked out, and it's definitely a budget brand, but they have some really cool looking knives, so I'm really curious to see what you picked out here. Let's see. Cut this guy open. Oh, you want to hand it to me, or let me just open it?
Yeah.
Just open it, Daddy. Ooh, yeah. I remember this one. Oh, this is awesome. Good pick. Let's see if we can show that on camera there. The ST-128. I love the color. Is that why you picked it, the blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool.
Yeah. That's a nice knife. Should I try to give it its first flip?
Yes.
Oh, it's nicely centered too. You picked a good one. Whoa! Whoa. This knife is awesome. Probably looks way bigger on camera than what it is. It's definitely a longer blade. I'll have to give you guys some specs. So is the color mainly what you picked it for me?
Yeah, I picked a color because you really like blue, and I also really like the design because I thought you would like the design.
Yeah, I remember when I was going through, this is definitely a brand that stuck out to me a lot. Among some other ones I'll try out down the line, but I'm really glad you picked this one. I love the colors. Hopefully the light can show you that. Looks like a G10 handle. It's pretty grippy, not too grippy. Got your lanyard spot there. We'll get a little more in depth with it over at the table and get it under the light. Give it one more flip here. Look at that. The ST-128 from Sitivien. Picked out by my beautiful daughter. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I've been looking forward to doing this. All right, let's go check it out under the table. What is up, everybody? We're going to take a closer look at the ST-128 that my beautiful daughter picked. She's here with me also, this little set of hands here. Like I said, mentioned in the opening, we picked these off of Amazon. The brand name is Sitivien. It's the ST-128. It's a very cheap knife. I think it was around $25 and it had multiple color options. I think, what did they have? Like white and green and
like
different
white,
ones.
Black and green, all different kinds of ones.
All different ones. So let's take a look at this guy. It's a nice knife. As you can see here, they tell you what the steel is. So it's a D2 steel, which is a tool steel. A lot of cheaper brands use this steel. Really nice. And this is a clip point blade, which a lot of the knives I used earlier on my channel had that, where clip points just kind of drop down to the point.
Yeah.
So, oh, I guess before I close it, has a liner lock. And I think does your knife have a liner lock?
Yeah, mine has a liner, like a liner.
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, Lorelei has a Kershaw leak. Hers is teal, and hers has the liner lock too, where you can see that you just push that over and the blade drops. There's actually really cool action on this knife for $25. Some stats on this guy. Actually, let's start with the weight. You want to bring over the scale?
Okay.
There we go. You remember how to turn it on? There you go. It's a pretty heavy knife, huh?
It is.
There you go. Let's see, what do we got? 4.87. Pretty good. I think Amazon said 4.85, so really close.
Very close.
You turn it off, you just hit the button and put it to the side. Let me open her up here. Blade length on this guy is really long. So you picked a cool knife, because I do like longer, bigger knives. They're not legal to carry like in your concealed carries. Like if I put it in my pocket, I'm walking around with Bubba, walking the dog at night.
I have a feeling you like long knives.
Yeah, I do. Like this just feels cool in the hand. Like
Like the picture, like you wouldn't think that it would be super long, because it doesn't look long in the picture.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like they look smaller in the picture. And then like our little opening that we did, it looks huge. So, but the blade length of this guy, now each of these represents an inch. So we just kind of put that here, a rough estimate. So it's definitely over 3.5. I would say maybe 3.7, 3.6 in that range. So it's definitely a longer knife. And for those out there, remember, like I mentioned before, blade laws, just make sure you know what your state's knife laws are. Let's see here, we have, let's check the overall length. So we'll start this all the way over here. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's over 8 inches, wow. About 8.5, 8.6. It's a long knife. But yeah, this is definitely, let me see if I can show you. It's not super grippy. This is a G10 handle, which is sort of like a fiberglass reinforced. I don't know if you'll be able to see the grip on there.
Yeah. It's
really cool.
Nice.
One thing that stood out to me right away, and I'll have to double check the stats on this, but the hardware on this is huge. Like this looks like a T8 on the pivot on both sides. This almost looks like a T10 or something on the body. These are huge screws, which are actually cool. You see those?
Yeah, I really like the the pattern, because I like how it's the big line in the middle, but then the tiny line.
Yeah, it's actually cool, isn't it? It's like a pattern. Hey, you picked a really cool knife out. So we got here, and this is a spot for where you put your lanyard. Some people on their knives, they'll put like a little paracord piece on their knife, so when they're pulling it out of their pocket, or sometimes you can put a little bead on there. Really cool. Pocket clip on this guy. Doesn't look deep carry. You want to grab the little pocket thing? Well, this came with the knife. This is a wipe. I just thought I'd mention that to you guys. For a cheaper knife, I thought it was really cool that it came with a little microfiber towel to wipe your knife off. So nice little bonus. Figured we'll show you guys that. And here is the pocket. And you see how this guy carries in the pocket. So I'm about to walk the dog and put that in my pocket. Let's see here. There we go. So you can see, stands proud a little bit, or maybe half an inch or so sticks out at the top of the pocket. Now some people have a problem. Like they like deep pocket where like the top of the knife is here and you don't see anything.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. I think it's kind of cool that you can.
I think it's good that there's a tiny bit because when you need to use it, you could like pull some of it out.
Exactly.
And you don't have to like reach in.
Yeah, that's smart. That's the way I think. But not everybody thinks the same way. But so when you're ready to grab it, if you need to use it, you just pull it out and boop, there it is.
Like, so then you're ready, because if you need it, then it's not all the way in, so then you have to like go down and try getting it.
Yeah, and like get stuck in your pocket or something like that.
Yeah, so then it's actually really good that some of it's sticking out.
Mm-hmm. So definitely a cool knife. I thank you for picking it out for me. It's definitely, for a budget brand knife, this is really, really nice. I wish it feels amazing in the hand. Like it just kind of melts in your hand. I don't feel the pocket clip at all. There's some nice jimping at the top here, so when you're holding it, if you're doing any kind of push cuts or anything like that, it gives you a nice grip on your thumb. You can feel that, see that, the jimping?
Yeah, it's like...
It gives you a little bit of grip, so when you're cutting or whatever. The thumb studs on this thing for opening are huge, which is actually really cool. And for a $25 knife, that kind of action is incredible.
It's cool that it's big, because if it's like tiny, then you have to like dig your like finger.
Yeah, you gotta dig your finger in, and yeah, exactly. And another thing too, like there's some brands that have these and they're smaller, so like after you open it a few times, your thumb starts to hurt.
Yeah.
So these are nice and big, and it's actually a very comfortable knife. You picked a really cool one. Thank you, Lorelai.
It's a good thing that this is like bigger than it would normally be, because if it's tinier, like you would have to like dig your finger in and then you could flip it.
Yep, and then you flip it, and if you mess it up, then you don't get it open, because it's really, this knife only has one way of deployment. Some of the knives I show on the channel have like a flipper, and then they'll also be able to open it from the front or different ways.
You can also like open it from the back.
Yeah, there's different ways like that you can do it, but this knife only has one way, so you definitely wanted to get it open. And I mean, look at that. Just rockets out. You picked an awesome knife, Lorelai. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But that's it for today's video. Just some quick stats for you guys. In the future, I might have my daughter, I think she said she was kind of torn between two knives, so we might pick...
Actually, kind of three.
3 knives? All right, cool.
So you might see those.
Yeah, all right. So in the future, we might have my daughter pick some more out for me and have her on the channel. I'm interested. If you guys... I know there's some older people out there, or anyone that has kids, if you involve your kids in your hobby, in your knife collecting, I think it's a cool thing to... Like I mentioned before, my daughter got her first knife for Christmas, the Kershaw Leak, and that's an assisted knife, so she has an easier time opening it. Yep. Some knives I get will have a flipper. She's not used to opening the thumb stud, so I'm not going to do it on camera with you guys. But she's practicing. But I think it's a cool thing to share with your kids. Everyone should be carrying a knife or have a knife.
Just for safety.
Just for safety and whatnot. But I appreciate you guys watching and staying to the end. Anything you want to say, honey?
Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my daddy's channel.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love it. All right, guys. That's it for today. I hope everyone's well, and we'll see you on the next one. Beer Money. Out.